What is up, you guys, and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we are doing yet again another Buffbunny collection try on and review for you guys, and this is for the upcoming launch, the Mad Scientist launch on October 16th at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. If you guys want to know all the good details when it comes to this launch, then just keep watching. So we have another Buffbunny collection launch coming up, and of course I will never ever leave you guys hanging without a review. Honestly, the way that I would describe this launch is interesting. I have a lot of opinions, a lot of feelings about all the different pieces in this launch. So I'm really excited, but I just hope I don't confuse the shit out of you guys with everything that I have to say. For this video and all videos going forward, we are going to change up the format a little bit. What this does is allow you guys to have a quick reference to all the details as you get closer to the launch date without having to watch the whole video, but also with this video it gives you the chance to really know my thoughts and allow me to elaborate on my opinions. So what you want to do before we even start this video is go ahead and go to the description of this video, and it will be also in the pinned comments of this video, and download the free PDF, because what that's going to do is the PDF is going to include all of the fine details and a little bit of a quick summary of what I think about things, as well as some additional photos, measurements, comparisons, all that good stuff. And then the video is going to be more of my try on, my opinions, my extraness, you know, all of that stuff to really allow me to elaborate, because as we know, your girl can talk. And so based on your guys' feedback, you guys have been really liking the combination of both the PDF and the video to follow along side by side. But then again, at the end, as you take your notes while watching the video in the PDF, you have a whole little go-to encyclopedia when it comes to the launches. So again, based on your guys' feedback from Instagram, I've gone ahead and formatted the video this way. So again, one last time before we jump into things, it is very, very important that you guys download the PDF so you guys have all of the details that I might not have on the screen, so you have both that kind of complement each other with all the details that you need. So pause this video, go to the description or go to the pinned comments, download the free PDF, and then come back here and let's get right into it. So first of all, I want to thank the team for all of their help in answering all of my questions, as well as the other affiliates and athletes for some of the color comparisons that they have provided so that I didn't have to go ahead and do them all as well, and just for their opinions as well. So I really wanted to make sure that I do show that gratitude for everyone who does help this video come to life. Also, before we jump into the video, I should probably mention the fact that yes, my hair is a little bit different. If you guys don't follow me on Instagram, you guys haven't seen the new do just yet. I revealed it in my live unboxing on Wednesday, and you guys are obsessed with the bangs, with the color and everything, and I want to thank you guys again so much for the love. It was something different, but I'm definitely feeling it a lot as the days pass by. And then the second thing, this decoration, we were definitely going for like the scientist vibes, but Dollar Store didn't have a whole lot of scientist-esque decorations. So kind of what I envisioned was that like the spider webs were like half spider webs, half smoke, and then obviously like the eyeballs, the skull, like scientist vibes-ish. I don't know. I tried my best. I'm really liking the way it's looking from looking at like the viewfinder. And then with this new hazard color, with the purple, can you tell I was matchy? You know, always gotta go that little bit of an extra mile to make sure that I do really embody the themes of these launches. Anyways, you guys aren't here for my decorative expertise, you're here for the Buffbunny collection try and review, so let's get into it. So as always, and like I mentioned earlier, make sure you guys are checking the screen, the PDFs, really listening to what I have to say, because all of the details will be a little bit all over the place between the three kind of sources, I guess you could say, just so that this video isn't A, longer than it already is, B, you guys have all the details that you need, and C, I don't know what C is, but C. If you guys have no idea who I am and you're like, who is this girl with this crazy ass personality, all these details, this extraness, my name is Gabrielle Tongle, but you can call me Gabs, and I'm very, very well known for my extraness, but also for my Buffbunny collection try on reviews for every single launch. I am known to be very in-depth, very honest, and a proud member of the Bigger Titty Committee, where I look out for those who are a Bigger Titty Committee. But also what I think is so cool is that my videos at the end of the day do help anyone and everyone, no matter what your body type is, no matter what your size is, whatever it might be. The way that I describe things, the way that I compare things have been very helpful for absolutely anyone and everyone. And so at the end of the day, I want your guys' shopping experience with Buffbunny collection to be as seamless as possible, and so that you guys feel confident in whatever you guys plan on buying with your hard-earned money. That is always, always the goal at the end of the day with everything that I do for these launches. So for those who are repeating Gap Band member here on YouTube and on Instagram. I want to thank you guys for your continuous support, your feedback, so I can always be better at these. And I want to welcome anybody who's new, who's finding me for the first time. Hello, hello. I can't wait to hear what you guys think about the review today. All right, last few housekeeping things. As always, I am a sponsored Buffbunny Collection athlete, but that does not stop me from sharing my honest opinions about certain things that I do like and also things that I don't like. That is something that I'll always remain true to, and that is to always be honest with you guys, because at the end of the day, if I'm not honest with you, I don't get the pieces that you're expecting, and then that comes back to me, and it helps absolutely no one at the end of the day. So don't worry, no matter what, even though I do have a support code, even though I am a sponsored athlete, that will never ever change with me. As time goes on and as I continue to try these pieces even after this video, I do update everybody over on my Instagram as to what I think about it, anything else that I notice that I didn't notice beforehand. If you guys want continuous updates on this launch and the pieces that I wear, make sure to follow me over on Instagram, because I do have a dedicated Instagram highlight where I share all those details, and again, I do answer more questions, more story responses, everything like that over on Instagram after this video has been posted. So you definitely do not want to miss the party over on Instagram. We have some giveaways over there. We have some fun times over there. We have our Gap Fam Boomerang at the end of every launch. We have all the good stuff over on Instagram at all times. Over here on YouTube, it's more like whenever the launches are happening, to be honest. But they're always worth it, so we're fine. Buffbunny Collection is a launch-based company, so what that means is that some things that do launch do not get restocked again once they sell out. So if there's anything that you would like, I highly recommend that you get it ASAP when that clock strikes 1 p.m. Central Standard Time, so that you don't miss out on a piece that you'll regretfully wish you have gotten had you not hesitated at the time. So make sure you guys have your list ready to go. I will share a few tips when it comes to checking out to ensure that you guys get what you want over on the screen near the end of this video. And on the screen, I am sharing Buffbunny Collection's sizing chart. Personally, for me, I rarely go off of it just because my body is such a different kind of body type, and I just find that I find my preferred size as I've tried so many different Buffbunny Collection pieces, and I've just really figured out my groove. So I always say when it comes to your sizing, honestly, try to go off of like one of us athletes or affiliates who you do resonate with a lot, or who does give you a really good sizing opinion, versus sometimes the sizing charts, because like I said, sometimes, not even just Buffbunny Collections, but any size chart in general, I do find is a little bit off just because our body types are all just so different. I will also have my measurements down in the description box as well as in the PDF that you should have downloaded by now. And here is the beautiful color palette for this launch. It is very different. Lots of, you know, they're like bright but very like primary colors, I feel like. I think that's kind of what I first thought of when I like saw the color palette, is that it's definitely really emphasizing the whole mad scientist kind of Halloween-esque vibes. It's definitely a lot of animal prints. I have said this to many people before. If you guys are a print lover, and especially an animal print lover when it comes to like snakes, leopard, and nucleus, then this launch is definitely going to be for you. If you're not crazy about patterns, you could definitely skip this launch. So don't feel like you need to buy something from every single launch. It really depends on what your preference is and what you feel you're going to wear the most. One thing that I will say about this launch is I think there's a lot of DIY Halloween costumes out there, and I know that a lot of you guys during my live unboxing on Wednesday had mentioned that you would love some ideas of, you know, some DIY Halloween costumes. And so for all those ideas, I will probably say them as I'm talking about the pieces, but I will put a little bit of a recap again in the PDF, and then again over onto Instagram as well. So if you guys haven't caught on already, it's just very important that you guys download this damn PDF and follow me on Instagram, because that is how you'll always make sure you don't miss a detail. All right? As always, I'm trying to find ways to keep things as organized as possible, and so for this video, just like I always do, I'm going to be sectioning off into tops, bottoms, accessories, kind of breaking things down within those categories. So for example, when it comes to tops, we'll talk about the bras, we'll talk about the tank tops, we'll talk about the hoodies, the jackets, and then when we go into the bottoms, we'll go into the leggings, shorts, joggers, things like that. So that is how you guys can kind of navigate through this video. I will have timestamps at the bottom as well to help you guys kind of skip through as you might want to, but we always do a giveaway in my YouTube videos, so you guys will not want to miss out on where you can find the details for that, because I don't put it anywhere else but in the actual video. So if you guys want a chance to win a Buffbunny Collection gift card, you might want to just watch the whole video. And as always, if you guys have any additional questions after this video, please please do not hesitate to reach out to me over on Instagram. I will say the absolute best way to get a hold of me if you guys do have additional questions is to send me a DM over on Instagram. Definitely by submitting your question through the question boxes that I do post periodically during the week of launch. Just then this way I do for sure see it. Especially during launches, my DMs can get absolutely insane. Like, I'm not even exaggerating when I say that. And I do miss them sometimes, especially if you've never messaged me before. You'll go to my requested inbox. But if you guys reply to my story, or again, if you submit through the actual question box, which is honestly your best bet, I will never miss it. Like, literally never miss it. And another good way is to actually comment on my actual photos on Instagram as well, because then that way, again, it's not clustered in a bunch of other stuff that sometimes definitely takes me a couple weeks. If for whatever reason I'm still not replying to you, just keep on bugging me and I promise I will get back to you guys. I always love sending you guys extra photos, voice memos, all the good stuff, because I love to connect with you guys, and at the end of the day I want to help you guys as much as I possibly can. Okay, I'm gonna shut up now with all this like preliminary stuff and we're gonna get right into the video, and we're gonna start with some tops. Alright, so let's start off with this bra that I'm wearing right here, which is the Heartbreaker bra. I know absolutely everyone instantly, especially a part of the bigger titty committee, was like, is this going to work for us? Is this going to be appropriate for us? Honestly, that is kind of why I'm wearing it today, because this will be one of the few times that I can actually wear it without feeling like, you know, like, like just not sure. Super cute, like super cute. Instantly when I saw this bra, I thought about the straps looking very similar to the what the fuck is that called? Of the under pressure bra that we saw a couple launches ago, where it's just so stretchy and so comfortable. And I will have to say and can confirm that they are the exact same kind of way, where they're just so comfy. Honestly, I wish that more higher coverage and higher support bras were made with this strap material, because it's just so comfy and it's adjustable, and you'll never have issues with it digging into your traps because it's just so stretchy and comfy. So I really like the straps. Now the cutouts aren't as bad as I thought it would be. Now obviously, as you guys can see on me, she's out there. The titties are out there to say hello in a tasteful way. I mean, to each their own. Some people might not think it's tasteful or whatever. But, I mean, we get like a little bit of an under boob here through the little peephole. But, you know, I think it's cute. I think it'd be great for like the club, yoga. I think it'd be great for like things like this, where I'm just like, you know, doing videos, photos, things like that. I think it really depends on what you're comfortable with and, you know, how big your girls are. Personally for me, I think this would be maybe a little bit too much. Like, I'm also not at the gym trying to distract everybody and like have everyone look here, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to do that. Personally for me, I don't see myself wearing this a whole lot at the gym, because honestly too, I think it depends on your like confidence and like rocking things like this at the gym. And I think to each their own. Do whatever you're comfortable with, and like, I'm not here to judge. I think definitely not for like jumping per se, although I will say it has a decent support, but just because of the deeper plunge, because of the cutout, like it's not optimal for say like jumping and stuff. I would say it's more like an errand kind of bra, or like I said, a kind of just like a style bra. And so I do think the most that you could do with this is like weightlifting, obviously, and like just very low impact activities. It is, like I said, a very comfy bra, super cute. I do think that it is like a tasteful kind of sexy-esque bra. And honestly, there's nothing wrong with us ladies like really embracing our sexiness. Like, I don't think that's an issue at all. So I'm not gonna say like a hell no to the gym, but I am gonna say like be mindful that, you know, depending on the size of your girls, we could be having some of these, you know what I mean? So just keep that in mind, depending on what you're comfortable with. Now let's talk about sizing. I personally love the large the most on me, which is what I'm wearing right here. I do have the straps all the way loose, and as you can see, it fits really nicely on me. The only problem that I have is right here. So you can see a little bit of folding. Sorry to be totally just like having you stare at my tits right now. But right here, you'll see a little bit of folding on the large, and you'll see this a little better in the try-on clips as well. And so it's the only thing that's kind of annoying. However, the medium, okay, we're definitely not wearing the medium to the gym. No way ever. No, like maybe the large if I was like a little bit leaner and like the girls shrunk a little bit. Granted, right now I'm on the time of the month, so they're extra like, you know what I mean? Girls, you know what I mean? Okay. So definitely the medium is like not gym appropriate at all. Like, it's definitely a going out, photos only kind of bra, or like under a sweater or some shit like that, because she was too much. The boobs were busting, where the large I think is like good. I don't have much side boob either, anything like that. I mean, like I said many times, because my girls are enhanced, I do have a little bit more side boob than say the natural cup size, but it's honestly something that I'm just kind of used to with my bras. Overall, I don't hate this bra. I really wasn't sure how I was going to feel about it because of the cutout, but I absolutely love it. I think it's such a great, like I said, sexy kind of bra, and depending on your confidence, depending on what you want to do, where you want to wear it, I think it's a great bra as a whole, as itself. It's definitely more of the like low, medium support, not a high support or anything like that. It also does have some removable cups, and then again, those adjustable straps here. It does not have a clasp or anything like that, but the band around the ribcage is also the same material as the straps. So again, very stretchy and very comfortable. Like I don't feel some type of way at all. So she is bigger titty approved. Like I said, depending on you and how you feel. You know, decide what you want to do. But we do like the Heartbreaker bra. All right, let's move on to the Evolve Jacquard sports bras. So this is one pattern and colorway. And then this is another one. Like I said, you guys, there are so many prints in this launch that if you are a print lover, this is the way to go. Now, the jacquard is actually a way of fabric being sewn that we have seen a long time ago with the mineral print. And that is this guy right here. We literally saw this pattern years ago. I think it was like way when I first started with Buffbunny collection. And we have a type of way of feeling with this material because the way that they describe jacquard is that the print is actually like stitched that way rather than it being printed onto a piece of fabric. So for example, the marble, that is printed on a piece of fabric, as well as some other pieces that you'll see later on are actually printed on, whereas this one is actually sewn to be the pattern that it is, which I think is so cool, so beautiful. A lot of your guys' concerns, especially if you guys aren't new to Buffbunny collection and you have gotten those jacquard pieces, is are they stretchier, how do they feel, stuff like that. And I will get into that a little bit more into the leggings, because I think that's when you're really going to see the difference. But for the sports bras, personally, you can't really compare because we've never really seen very many sports bras in that material. What I will say about the bra is that they did mention that it is kind of like a hybrid off of the Geo sports bra that we saw in the Newbie collection, which I can definitely see because it is a higher neck, it's a little bit longer. The only difference is that the back details are a little bit different, and it also doesn't have as much adjustability as say the Geo sports bra did. If you guys are new around here, the Geo sports bra from the Newbie collection was hands down my favorite bra ever made by Buffbunny collection, especially for the bigger titty committee, because that support is unmatched. And I just love how it really doubles up as a top because of the way that it's designed. So I really do love that we're seeing kind of like a little spin of it on here. I was actually watching the behind the design video, and I think it's so cool that even the little things like the straps on the back were designed in a way to really give you that like nucleus, proton, like this is bringing me back to bio that I definitely don't remember all the terms. So also speaking of terms, pronouncing and stuff like that, I know you guys are gonna come for me when I say things wrong because you guys already came for me in my live unboxing. So disclaimer, Gabs's language and Gabs's verbiage is her own. She does not, she's smart, but she does not know a lot of terms, especially Game of Thrones references that everyone's just like, what? Anyways, back to the back of the bra. What I was saying is that I think it's just so cool that like even just the designs of the straps, they really put into thought to like how can we bring this into the theme of the launch, and they did that. Like I can see it now, like it definitely looks kind of like your neutrons, protons, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So I thought that was really cute, and I do think that, you know, the way that we've never really seen it kind of swoop down like this in the back, so I thought that was a really cool like little difference. Obviously the straps are a little bit thinner on this as well. Then the inside there is like a black material that's sewn on so that the cups do fit in there, but this is still, you know, that jacquard print like the leggings are, where it's like woven. Don't get that twisted thinking that it's different. It's the same. I have here a medium and a large in both, in just different colors but the same reptilia pattern, and I will say that the large is definitely my preferred. The medium, you know, I made it work, but it definitely was super tight on my traps, and like the spillage on the back was really happening. So I would say to stick to your regular bra size when it comes to the Evolve Jacquard sports bra, especially with this reptilia. it is not as stretchy as, say, the nucleus. The Reptilia print is not as stretchy as the nucleus print. I will repeat. The Reptilia print is not as stretchy as the nucleus print on purpose. They purposely made the nucleus print ultra stretchy, where this is considered stretchy. And again, I'll talk a little bit more about the stretch later on in the leggings, but that's definitely something to keep in mind. Now, I can't say for sure if the medium in the nucleus would have fit me a bit more comfortably compared to, say, the medium in the Reptilia, but I am gonna say that overall, I would say stick to your regular bra size when it comes to the Evolve Jacquard sports bra. But like I said, because I know that the nucleus is extra stretchy compared to the Reptilia, you might be able to go a size down, but I just don't, I can't attest to that. I don't have the nucleus bras, so I can't say for sure, but I will say, like I said, in the leggings specifically, I did notice a huge difference in stretch between the two materials. So just keep that in mind. Maybe what I'll do is I'll order the nucleus in a medium just so that I can compare. Overall, like I said, I do love the design of this bra, the high neck, the fuller coverage, you know, the way that the straps line, everything like that. I didn't really have anything to complain about other than that a medium definitely does not work for me and the large is more than my weight to go. All right, and so next we have a new bra, which is called the DEFY Revolution bra. So this is the same design as our typical Revolution bras. The only thing is that it's made of a new material. And so I think that's where a lot of people are going to start to get confused with this launch, is that there's a lot of the same pieces, but they're being named differently, or there's the V2. So the way that I'm understanding the V2 and everything like that is more so because the material is different, but the design overall is the same. Now I will have more comparison photos on the screen and stuff and any measurement differences. However, for the most part, when you do a quick glance of things, when you try it on and all that stuff, everything does look the exact same as, you know, the regular design. I think the reason that they named this one the DEFY Revolution bra was just so that they didn't have to add like a V3 or something like that to confuse people even more. But I will say that the design is the exact same as we've seen in other Revolution bras. However, it is a different material. I will say this print in specific, this black rose print that, you know, some of you guys love, some of you guys don't love, is actually super nice and stretchy. I know for some of you guys it's kind of reminding you of like a cow. I mean, I see it when you guys say it, but I didn't see it at first, and I thought it was super beautiful just seeing like the different like roses in here. And I always love like a white base kind of piece. I love, you know, wearing white even though it is super risky. So I personally like loved this print, but I know some of you guys are like 50-50 on it. So for those who do love it, just know that my poll said 50-50, so there is a good chance that it might not sell out super fast. But for this bra in specific, I actually did not mind the Revolution bra. You guys know my journey with Revolution bras. They're such a hit and miss for me throughout all these launches, and I know they're adjusting things and all that stuff, but I will have to say this is probably one of my favorite Revolution bras to date. I didn't get a lot of spillage, I didn't feel like I had a lot of side boob, and it was like actually super comfy in the traps and like just everywhere. Like I just was super happy with this Revolution bra, so this is definitely my favorite version of the Revolution bra. So if you are someone like myself who has experienced some ups and downs with the Revolution bra in previous launches, you guys will really like this DEFY one, and I think a lot of it has to do with the material being so stretchy. I will say that this fabric is printed on a white piece of fabric, so what that means is similar to the black marble. If you guys were to stretch out the black areas, you will see white come through, and you guys will see this in the leggings as well on the try-on, so just something to keep in mind when it comes to this material. And in the PDF, you'll actually see a bunch of side-by-sides over top of each other photos so that you guys can really see the difference between this one versus some of the other ones that I have. I will make sure to compare most of them on like large to large so you guys can see like a true comparison. You'll start seeing me compared to like mediums, extra larges. Again, I just want to give you guys as many point of references as possible to some of the previous launches. So here we go with another Revolution bra in this new green snake bite. Okay, but can we just appreciate the details? I always love when they add this like little bit of like shiny print on top of a piece of fabric to really give it that texture and just a different kind of vibe. We have seen this obviously with the Rebel print before, and for this I thought it was just so unique that they literally have the snake skin print on there, but then they added like little scales on there. So I think that's so freaking cool, and I absolutely loved it. Another cool thing that I noticed with this one in particular, and this is the same as on the leggings, is that the Buffbunny logo is actually embroidered on rather than printed in that silver print that we've seen before. So I think that's another super cool touch, is that they actually embroidered it. So this is actually a material that we haven't seen before, in my opinion. It definitely feels kind of like a, I'm so bad at this, but like maybe like a knit cotton kind of vibe, because it's just a little bit thicker, and I just don't really know how else to describe it other than it being thicker. I mean, obviously with a bra, like it's double lined, but like even with the leggings, instantly when I put it on, I felt like it was just a little bit more thick and like dense or something like that, and I just don't know, but I really liked it. And I think, like, I don't know if it's actually gonna keep me warmer or anything like that, but I think it's just so different, and I just really like it. So between the print and the material, I'm really pleased with it. Now I will say this Revolution bra fit like most Revolution bras, where like I definitely got some like spillage happening, really pushed up the girls, things like that. And so, you know, we love her, but we don't love her because of that. So you'll really see a difference when I'm trying on these Revolution bras of like how much spillage there was, how pushed up my boobs look, and definitely for this one it was like its usual way that Revolution bras fit me. I could go up to an extra large, but I already know that if I were to do that, I would have the same issue as I did in the last collection when I did that, where it's just way too much extra fabric and it's just not flattering at all. So I would say I'm happy with the large, and I do say that like throughout the day, like it was feeling like comfortable and stuff. I literally wore it all day when I was working, and I was doing like a lot of like moving and stuff like that, and I felt just fine. So really do love this new print, and like I said, the new material, it's something different, and definitely one of my favorite prints that they are launching is this guy right here. Okay, this bra. A lot of you guys made fun of me when I've been doing this on the Instagram live unboxing, but I am actually surprised at how much I really loved this bra. I wasn't sure about her. You guys know me with this stitching situation from the Under the Sea launch. I didn't love it, but the bra itself for this one, and like the white on black, I don't mind it at all. Like, you should have seen how pleasantly surprised I was when I put this on, and I was like, oh, okay, like she's cute, she's supportive, she gives some nice coverage. You know, the stitching doesn't like lie anywhere weird. Like that was my biggest concern, was like on my boob, like the stitching would lay weird. But I will have to say, I am very, very impressed with this new Transcend bra that is supposed to match with the Loch Ness leggings that they did come out in the Under the Sea. They did also bring those back. I don't personally have them, but again, I'll touch on them later on. The way that I kind of saw it was that it was kind of like a mix of the Sirens bra that we saw from Under the Sea, as well as the Maraschino bra that we saw a long time ago in the summer launch, and together they made this. Alright, so both the Transcend bra and the Loch Ness leggings aren't made of the Elysium fabric. However, it feels very, very similar. Just not as slick, I would probably say. Like, just slightly less, but very, very similar in the sense that it's that more slick material. And like I said, I am very, very pleased with this bra. Now, I was so happy with it. I was so excited about it. And then I found one flaw from it. Just one. And I'm so sad because I really did like this, and I was literally gonna say, like, I hope we see more like solid colors with this, like without the two-tone stitching. These straps back here, so I'm not sure, you know, what the situation is, and like I'm not sure what maybe a medium would look like, because I know when I was having some issues with like the straps with the Sirens bra, when I sized down to a medium, like it kind of helped. This is like a really big difference, so I just don't know about the medium. And then I feel like maybe with the medium, that's when I'd run into like, you know, the stitching not laying right and stuff like that. So again, I might need to get the medium just to kind of compare for you guys and give you like that definite answer. But the issue that I found was actually these straps here were like super loose on me, and you guys know, like, I'm a pretty broad build, so like stretching out a bra isn't an issue for my back, okay? Like, we don't have an issue. Like, we've got the wide back, like, you know, like, we don't have that issue. And then same with like even these straps, like these ones in this, like, fuck, why am I making this so difficult? Even like these straps over here, like I had issues with that showing through, and it just sucks because like it's such pretty details, and because it's not stretched enough, it like doesn't show the same. And so even just like holding it, you can like see like how loose they are. And so I think if they just could have like tighten that up. Like it would just be so pretty and it would just really showcase the design a little bit better. So I think that's my only issue that I have. It's obviously not a big issue, but I did find like when I was like taking more videos and stuff like that, like it just looked weird that it was just so loose, but yet the bra was so perfect. Like it was one of those moments where I was like, the one item that I just really wasn't sure about, like I ended up loving so much, and it was like one of the last things for me to try, and then that had to happen. Low key, like debating cutting them off because they're just so loose and weird. I mean, maybe that's the vibe though. Maybe we are going for the more looser thing. I don't know. But like I said, even like these small ones on the side, like you don't see them very well unless you pull them down like I did in the video. And so, I don't know. But I will say that I think I do want to get the matching leggings because this white on black, I fucks with. I wasn't sure about the multicolor from the Under the Sea, but this white I do vibe with. I know they're coming out with like a purple with like the orange on top of that, and that's pretty cute. Like it's definitely like this orange and purple like on top of one another, and I think it's cute. I don't know if I would like it, but again, you know, this whole stitching situation is winning me over slowly but surely. But another thing that I wanted to show you guys was that the wave shorts that I have here, I don't have the actual Loch Ness leggings from the previous launch, but these are made of the energy fabric where this is not. And so in case you guys were planning on mixing and matching, say with the wave shorts or anything like that, I will say that they are a different material, and sometimes different materials do look different in the light. So I did put on a try-on clip here comparing the materials side by side. I don't think it's a huge noticeable difference. I think it's more something that you might notice, or like if it bugs you, like things like that, like you're not gonna love that. But I did want to make sure that you guys knew that they are different materials. Overall, I would say that this is probably one of the highest support and coverage bras that is launching, and so if you're looking for one, and again you don't mind the stitching situation, you will love this. This is definitely giving me kind of like skeleton vibes, like the anatomy of the body kind of thing, so definitely coming around to the stitching situation. So now we have some new colors in the Rebel leopard print that you guys absolutely loved when it first came out last year this time. I can't believe it's been a year since the Rebel collection. It's just so insane. One thing that I want to say before we kind of carry on is I didn't give a full emphasis on the true meaning behind this launch, and I think it's just so amazing that the Mad Scientist collection has been dedicated to mental health, and that Buffbunny collection will be donating to NAMI. I don't want to pronounce it wrong, so I'm just going to spell it out. It's a mental health organization that aims to provide advocacy and education surrounding those living with mental illness. While Buffbunny collection is a fitness-focused company, they are very, very focused around mental health awareness, and so I think it's just so cool that it seems that every time around the October launches, they always do something super special. This launch in particular, and the whole inspiration of this launch was rooted from a lot of the greatest minds in history. So I think it's just so cool that although, you know, we're all hyped up about the colors, the prints, the pieces, and all that stuff, I think it's just so cool that they really put that intention behind this launch. And again, before I moved on, I wanted to just make sure that I gave some appreciation to that, because I think it's just such an important message that, you know, a company that we all love and we all want to support are doing things like this throughout some of their launches to contribute to some really important matters. So now we can continue with the Rebel pieces. I was mentioning we are seeing two new colors in the Rebel leopard print. That is the Venom color, and then we have this red one. So this is actually the salsa red that we saw a couple launches ago. So if you guys have the salsa red in any of your pieces, such as the ROSA leggings, the ROSA bra, the joggers, this is that same red, but again, different materials can look a little bit different when it comes to the color just because of the way that the light hits it. Just when it's printed on a different fabric, sometimes it can look different. I will put a side by side of me pairing the bra with the salsa ROSA leggings so you guys can see the NuBri fabric in comparison to this fabric and see how they match together. And I love, like, when so I kind of did some like investigating when they were shooting the campaign for this. Some of their models were like posting selfies and stuff, and I could see what they were wearing. I already knew that they were shooting for Buffbunny collection because they're tagged it and stuff, and I could see that these were coming. So I kind of like knew before I knew, but that's also like such a me thing to like do some like investigating, because I'm like, I want to know. I want to know the details before I even know the details. You know what I mean? And so I absolutely love this red. This Venom, I'm not huge on purples, but I think this one I fucks with. I think this actually goes so nicely with this orange too. I mean, hence the back. So really excited to see that they brought, you know, a customer all-time favorite pattern and pieces in some new colors. And what I will say is that they did mention that the new Rebel leopard does have a little bit of a different finish. So in all of the black pieces in the Rebel leopard, aside from the shorts, they're all from the most recent previous relaunch. Some of you guys actually noticed this right away, but The finish is just slightly different. Like, it really takes me some squinting, some turning my head to see the difference. This is the new, here, let me put this down. This is the new black. This is the previous black. So as you can see, a little bit shinier, just a little bit. But like when you have them on, it's not that big of a difference unless you're like really looking for it. And as always, the Rebel leopard print pieces are made of that Elysium fabric, which is such a great performance fabric. So if you guys are wanting to be doing some high intensity workouts in these, you will be all good to go. So you have 3 different leopard prints to choose from. We have the black, we have the Venom, and then we have the Salsa. So depending on what you guys are feeling, depends on which one you guys would get. Like I said, personally for me, I am obsessed with the red. I've always loved red so much. So I'm a little bit biased and I'll have to say that it is my favorite. Now I will say that, again, I feel really bad that like it's starting to get a little bit confusing for you guys with like the little changes that they keep making, but just know like they're making these changes to like better the sizing. I will say that I noticed that the red and the purple fit a little bit tighter than the black from like previous re-releases. I literally tried it on so many different times to see if I was like just in my head or something like that, but I did notice that these did fit a little bit differently, so I can only help but assume that the new black will also fit a bit differently. I did find that these were like a little bit tighter, and I thought maybe it was because like I wore this a little bit longer, but honestly I realized that I also like freshly washed this before I did my try on video, and it did, you can tell that like my boobs are just a little bit more pushed together, and like I just got a little bit more like support with the red and the purple. So I will say that they do fit a little bit tighter. Do I think that I would size up? No, because you can already see that like I have a little bit of like that gapping happening at the bottom there, as I've seen before. And so if I were to size up to an extra large, that would be like even worse. So I think it's just something like in the cup size that it's just a little bit tighter. I think that with this fabric too, like as you wear it, it does like stretch out a little bit throughout the day, as like most clothes do. Like, you know, when you first put it on, it's like, you know, like that, but then as you're like moving and stretching and stuff like that, it loosens up a bit. So I just wanted to make sure that I made note of that, that depending on how your previous Rebel leopard print was fitting, just to keep in mind that these do fit a little bit more snug. But again, it wasn't a big difference for like, I was like, holy shit, I need an extra large. It was more so like I could do an extra large, but then I'd have that issue around this area right here, and I just don't want that. So kind of sucks, because like I said, I know it can get like a little bit confusing for you guys as to like what to do, but it's just what it is. And again, I will put some like over top pictures, some measurements and stuff like that to really compare for you guys, so that you know what size to get. And again, these are all larges, so it's really a fair comparison for you guys to understand which size to get for you guys. All right, you guys know that I would usually come up real close for this part, but in all honesty, this dark lipstick is looking a type of way at the end of this video, and I'm filming this at the end of the video but putting it in the middle, and we just don't need to be that up close to this lipstick. If you guys have tried dark lipstick before, it is quite the work of art to perfect it, and I still didn't perfect it. We had to change it up a little bit, and so we're just not gonna go that close. Okay, we're gonna keep our distance for this one. But as always, I always want to find ways to give back to you guys for supporting me, whether that's through watching this video, liking my stuff on Instagram, using my code GABS at checkout, whatever that might be, just giving me the opportunity to be a freaking Buffbunny collection athlete. And so I want to say thank you to you guys by giving you guys a Buffbunny collection gift card. I will be choosing 2 winners to win a gift card, and all you have to do is follow the steps on the screen, and I will choose a winner by Saturday morning. So make sure you guys check your Instagram DM, because you could potentially be the winner. Just make sure you do actually follow every single step, because if you guys don't, then you guys don't qualify to win. There's been so many times where I've chosen a winner and not all these steps on the screen. Literally, I'm leaving it on the screen for longer to really emphasize that you guys do need to follow these steps. And of course, as always, you guys can also enter the giveaway that I have going on over on Instagram here. Just look out for this post, and that's where you guys can enter for another chance to win a Buffbunny collection gift card. We are just giving out gift cards here, there, and everywhere, because I understand the Buffbunny collection addiction is so real, and so every little bit counts. And you know, sometimes it's a nice little treat, because maybe we're gonna sit out, but then we get a gift card and then we can buy something. So it's always nice. Honestly, if I could, I would give every single one of you guys a gift card. But anyways, let's get back to this video, because you're here to hear me talk about the Buffbunny collection launch. So let's get right back into it. All right, continuing on with the tops, we are gonna move on to the Aurora crop top. So another V2, V3 situation. We have an Aurora crop top V2 and Aurora crop top V3. So the biggest difference, and like I said earlier, the reason that they're naming V2s and V3s isn't necessarily because of the design, it's more so the fabric. So I mean, unless I've noted elsewise that the design has changed or the fit has changed, it's literally just the fabric. So for example, these two here, different fabrics. They look very similar because they're both like a performance fabric and shiny, but if you look at the tags, this one's actually 69% nylon, 31% spandex, and this one's 73% polyester and 27% spandex. So nylon spandex, polyester spandex, totally different. I will say that this one fits very similar to what we've seen in the marble, in the rosé, and so it's a little bit thinner, but it's very stretchy. You guys already know how I feel about the Aurora crop top. I feel like I've mentioned it many times, but I've always loved the Aurora crop top. I'll forever, ever love the original fabric and now the newbie fabric. They previously launched in the last collection. However, this one, you know, like I said, it's not bad. It's just a little bit thinner. I do personally don't wear, is that English? I do not, there we go. I do not personally wear a sports bra with mine if I'm not like jumping around and stuff like that. I literally just wear it without a bra. But again, I have implants. I literally got implants so that we could be the no bra titty committee for 90% of the time. However, in this try on clip, I did try it on with a bra underneath so you guys could see that you literally cannot see the sports bra. I would suggest wearing your ROSA sports bra under the Aurora crop tops if you do feel that you do need to wear a bra underneath. So really love that we are seeing the leopard print on some Aurora crop tops. I seriously am just so in love with this leopard print. Like, again, kind of very similar to the green snake bite. Like, I just love how, depending on how the light hits it, you know, it does look a little different and just adds that, you know, that dimension, that like sophistication. Like, it just gives it some character. You know what I mean? So really do love that. And before I forget, one of the coolest things that I'm seeing on these Aurora crop tops with the upgrade is they said bye to the silver logo and they said hello to a new matte raised silicone logo. Like, hi. I know that we've seen this with a lot of Alpha Elite pieces. I don't have a lot of Alpha Elite, but I know that they're always doing the raised silicone. I've never seen it get damaged or peel off or anything like that. Very hopeful that these will be okay. I think this is something more that you'll see over time. Like, not one wash will tell you if it does or not. But I think that's really cool that they added, you know, the like same color matte logo onto the tank tops. I think it just looks really cool. And so yeah, this is the Aurora crop tops V2 and V3. And hello, this Frankie green. I'm looking at you guys. Those, you know, it's kind of like an insider. If you guys are a part of my Instagram fam, you guys watch the IG live unboxings, so you know a lot of the like other jokes that I make in here when I'm referring to it. But if you guys didn't watch it, I literally called this Frank Eye when I was looking at the name. I was like, oh, Frank Eye. Like, I literally pronounced Franki, Frank Eye. Without registering, it's Frankie, like Frankenstein, but like girl Frankie. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's such a challenge for me sometimes. It's just such a challenge. But anyways, this new green color is super cute. I think both of these are just such a fun, like, in your face, primary, bright color. Those are the two Aurora crop tops. Also, I'm really sorry that the light is starting to change. The sun is coming through and it's like reflecting off the floor, so we have a little bit more extra lighting in here. But those are the Aurora crop tops. Oh, and I will confirm that with the lime green one, I did not wear a bra underneath it, and you could not see the nips. And I will say, my nips aren't the lightest color. That might be TMI, but I just gotta give you guys the detail. And I was good. We were good without a bra, no nip stickers, we were fine. All right, so for the tops, I have two more tank tops, and then we'll go on to like the hoodies, the jackets, and the one piece, and then we'll move on to the bottoms. So I just wanted to kind of give you guys a time check of where we're at on this video. So this is a new tank top that we haven't seen before. This is called the CRYSALIS tank, which is also inside out. So let me just flip that real quick. Really liked the draping with the mesh in the back. I thought that was really pretty. So again, for my full length tank top girls, you guys are going to love this one. Again, super stretchy as always. Like I've said many times before, I feel like they've really nailed down their full length tanks and the material to be like super stretchy and just great for throwing over top and even just tying it up to crop it, whatever that might be. And I even see some people take the full length tops and dress them up with like like their dress pants and stuff like that. So definitely something to keep in mind, and especially as you get into the colder weathers and you're probably not going to be wanting to run around in your sports bra, this is so great to just throw on. So really, really love this CRYSALIS, which I didn't know what it was, but I know now. Okay, and so another tank top that they have coming out is something that we actually just saw in the new GREE collection, and that is the Breeze tank top. So I have the Breeze tank top from the last launch. This is not a part of this launch, but I wanted to let you guys know that the design is overall the same. Now the biggest difference is that for this launch, for the Breeze tank top in this launch, it is made of a different material, and there's actually a different detailing happening in the front. So they have some sort of like lines going on. Some are see-through, some are solid, some are see-through, some are solid. And so that's the biggest difference, but overall the design is the same. And for the full length tanks, I always grab a size medium. Okay, so those are all the bras and tank tops that I personally have. So let's dive into some of the bras and tank tops that I don't have before we move on to the hoodies and the one piece and the jackets. And when I say that, I more so mean the colors that I don't have, because I definitely feel some type of way about some of the colors. And so let's just talk about it. The holographic, I really don't know. I don't love it. Like, I really, really don't. I feel like it reminds me a lot of like cheer and like Halloween costumes with the holographic. Like, it's just not my vibe. And like instantly when I saw it, I was like, that's definitely like more like a Halloween costume thing, not like a thing I would wear, you know, on a regular. Like, I imagine like aliens, cheerleaders. That's about it. So I didn't personally love the holographic, except I know some are literally loving them. And again, those are coming out in the ROSA Sports Bra V2, which is the same bra as the leopard print that I just showed you guys. All made of that Elysium fabric, which is definitely more of that performance base. So literally all of the ROSA Sports Bra V2s in this collection, including the leopard print, including the holographic, are all made of that Elysium fabric, which is again a very great performance-based fabric. And then when it comes to this Revolution Sports Bra V2, aside from the green snake bite, there is going to be also the black dragon print. And the black dragon print is going to be in a different material. I will have the breakdown here on this screen. Again, all these details will also be in the free PDF if you guys haven't downloaded it yet, which if you haven't and you're watching this video, you didn't listen to the instructions, okay? You did not listen to the instructions. And so because I don't personally have the black dragon print, I'm not sure if it feels a little bit thicker like the green snake print did. Overall, I'm sure it fits very similar. It's supposed to have a medium support based on the PDF that I have. And overall, it looks the exact same as well. So I think because it is more of a nylon spandex, it'll probably fit very similar to some of their other nylon spandex pieces as well. The black dragon is definitely a little bit different from, say, the Northern Lights that we've seen before. I will get some photos for you guys to compare what the different prints look like, since they do look all very similar. But it does that kind of same effect, like kind of what the green snake print does, as well as some of the other pieces where depending on the way that the light hits it, it does look super cool. So that is one of the colors that I don't have in the Revolution Sports Bra V2. Okay, so that's pretty much everything when it comes to the colors and some of the bras that I don't have that I kind of just wanted to touch on. And so let's talk about this piece right here. She is definitely more of a very specific kind of theme bodysuit. Like, we're definitely not going to be wearing this in the summer or anything like that. It's literally coming out at the perfect time with Halloween around the corner. I might have Halloween plans, and this is literally my costume already. So perfect. So this one definitely reminds me of some of the other bodysuits we've seen, the one pieces we've seen, and I'm surprised at how nice it looked on, especially white. You know, white's not the most slimming by any means, but I really liked the way that this one fit. I was actually really surprised to see that the front was actually double layered. It's definitely still see-through, but like not as see-through as, say, like the arm, because it is double layered. I would still recommend wearing either a white or a nude bra underneath. In my try-on clips, I am wearing a nude one, and I thought it looked just fine. And then I thought it was really cool that even like the bottom is like a double layer too. So again, I would wear a nude underwear. Although I will say that even with a nude underwear, and it was a seamless one, and it's like a pretty thin one, you could still see it. So I think that you might need to go commando and like have a really, really good wax or Brazilian or something. Or we have to wear like a bodysuit under this, like a shapewear under this maybe. I have some shapewear, don't love them, so I don't think it'll look good for you guys, but just think if you guys have some shapewear, something that you could wear underneath it maybe. I will say that I did get a medium in this and it is tight, but like in a good way. Like I definitely would want something like this to be pretty fitted, considering like, you know, it should be kind of like your silhouette. So just keep that in mind. I think if definitely like you carry a little bit more body fat in your arms, like you could size up just because it was kind of tight in the arms, but it was still comfortable for me. And again, for me, I kind of just like expected this to be pretty form-fitting because it is like that kind of bodysuit that's like meant to be like snatched as shit, you know? Like I definitely probably am gonna wear like white tights under this or something like that, which hopefully will give me a little bit more coverage in the coochie area and the butt area. But I will say, like, you know, you have some good coverage in the coochie and the booty and all that stuff. It's just figuring out the undergarments, really. I think for me it is what it is. Overall, I did really like this bodysuit, so if you guys are looking for a Halloween costume, I think it's perfect. It also has this like texture on the actual like bones of the skeleton, which I think is super cool. And this detail, like I always love the minor details that they put into things, but this actual like zipper, you can even see it right now without me like zooming in, is the actual Buffbunny collection logo in the zipper, like cut out in the zipper, like not just like stamped on, but like cut out. I think that's so freaking cool. And there is also some thumb holes on this. And so overall, I love the bodysuit. Again, I got a medium, but it's like pretty fitted. You could get a large, just know that it might have a little bit of extra fabric, you know, throughout your body depending on how tall you are, stuff like that. Okay, let's talk about this jacket that, again, I didn't know the reference of the name at first, and like you guys kind of made me feel like the kid at school that like didn't know like the newest thing came out. I don't know, I just felt like I just wasn't with the times. Like I just didn't get on that Game of Thrones thing like everyone did during that time. I know it's like totally over now and I could like binge watch it now, but like definitely you guys came for me in the comments and were like, Gabs clearly doesn't watch Game of Thrones. Like, all right, that's cool, whatever. But this is the KHALEESI jacket, and I'm actually really in love. Like, I definitely loved this one more than the MOTO one, which I'll talk about next, just because of the way that it was designed. Like I like leather jackets that are more of this cut. So many details in this when it comes to like the fabric. This is vegan leather as well, just so you guys know, but like the different like dragon scales, the different like lines in the back here, you could definitely like put it up to be like kind of like vampire vibes, but just like so many cool details. And obviously like the leather itself, and like it was just, it's a really cool jacket. And like there's actual zippers here too for pockets, and there's like a little button in here as well to kind of keep it closed. I'll definitely be reaching for this for fall. I definitely approve of this, and I'm very curious to know what the pricing is going to be for something like this because of all the different paneling that they did on here. But Heidi was saying in the behind the design that it was actually supposed to come out last year, but it just wasn't quite perfect. And I will say that the year of it being on hold is, I'm assuming is paying off. I don't know what the original one looked like, but I just think it's so cool and unique, and definitely people are going to be like, wow, like where's your jacket from whenever I wear this, because it's just so different. I will say that I went ahead with a size large, and I think it's perfect. I could definitely fit like a light like sweater underneath, or like a layer base. Obviously in the try on and in the photos and stuff like that, I'm only wearing a sports bra, but I could definitely fit like a light sweater of some sort underneath. I don't know if I could fit a thick hoodie by any means without feeling like super restricted, but as you can see, like it moves around pretty nice. I don't always zip up my jackets. I wonder what a medium would have looked like on me, but at the same time, I think that when it comes to like a functional jacket, you want to be comfortable to move around. You want to be comfortable enough to add a layer. Functionality wise, I think the large was a really good call. I think medium would have been more of just like a fashion statement rather than something that I could actually zip up and layer with and stuff. Again, I will talk about the MOTO jacket after I talk about some of the other tops that I have, which is the Untamed hoodies. So the Untamed hoodies and the Untamed joggers, that is something that everyone is like, what the fuck do I do for sizing? And I think honestly we should just wait for the end, because it's just, yeah, it's confusing. And now that we're here and we've hit the Untamed hoodies, I think I'm actually going to tack that onto the Untamed joggers at the end of this video, because the sizing is just so different from last year, and I want to just explain that a little bit more. So pause and know that the Untamed hoodies is going to be with the Untamed joggers at the end of me talking about the bottom. So I'm so sorry that I like was about to jump in and I'm like, oh, just kidding. So I guess with that being said, let's talk about the MOTO jacket. So we've seen the MOTO jacket before, and the biggest difference between the MOTO jacket from when it was previously launched versus the new one coming out is that they did change the size range, and sizes large and up will be more comfortable and more true to size, as that was a piece of feedback that you guys had given them when the MOTO jacket first came out. And then additionally, they did add some mesh that continues onto the sides, onto the arms, so that it's just a more comfortable fit. So I think that, you know, very similar to kind of what they did with this jacket here, because this like specific material is here, it adds that flexibility to like move around comfortably and stuff like that with your arms. So that is what I'm assuming the MOTO jacket will kind of look like in comparison to the older ones. So overall, it sounds like they've just improved the sizing and the mobility availability in the jacket itself, especially when it comes to around the arms. So personally for me, like I said though, I do prefer this one over the MOTO jacket, just because I don't really love the design as much of the MOTO jacket. I find it's more of like a slim fit and like, you know, like a shorter collar, and it's just more like one of those like longer ones, where this like I kind of feel is more like one of those almost crop ones, like kind of like a mid crop kind of thing, and it's a little bit more stylish and like more, I guess my vibe, I guess I should say, not more stylish, but more definitely my vibe and like how I like to style things. So if I were to choose between the two, I would go with this one personally. Okay, and actually one more top that I don't have is the new KHALEESI sweater. So this is a crop pullover, super cute. Like immediately when I saw it, like I was like, oh my god, I love the like stitching effect there. Very Frankenstein-esque with like his forehead thing. Love the little details, like it kind of looks like stitching. It's 100% cotton, and it's kind of like a medium crop kind of sweater. Definitely I can see all the comfy vibes with it, and if I were to get this, I would probably go ahead and get a large, just because I do like those to be a little bit more oversized kind of feel. It is a relaxed fit from the way that it's described, but again for me, I like to kind of go like the size up just for that extra like looser kind of fit. But I think it's a super cute little pullover to add to like the whole theme of this launch. Okay, are we ready for the bottoms? Are we ready to talk about the bottoms? Because we have got a lot of things to say about them. Let's start with one that I know a lot of you guys were so excited to see, and like I showed you guys earlier, is that we are seeing the Rebel shorts. We have never seen the Rebel shorts before, but they're literally the Rebel leggings just in shorts. It has that same booty contouring situation that we love, no front seam whatsoever, and I did go ahead with a medium just because usually with a lot of shorts, I normally get a medium depending on the fabric. Like with the new GREE, I do get a small because it is so stretchy. For these ones, I wasn't sure, so I did go ahead and keep it safe and just go ahead with a medium. I will say that I got a little bit of extra fabric in the crotch, but nothing too crazy. What was nice is that I got 0 camel toe with these, which was great. I do like the length of these shorts. They are that 4-inch inseam kind of short, so if you guys find that too short, then you're not gonna absolutely love these. What would be really cool, gonna manifest this right now, is if we saw these in some biker shorts. I know a lot of us have been loving the biker short length, but honestly for me, I did not find that these are too short, no sausaging, anything like that. I absolutely loved them. Just keep in mind that the new black leopard print is a little bit of a different finish from the old one. Again, this is the old one. The new one, you'll see that the finishes are just slightly different. This one shines just a little bit more than this one does. It's one of those things that you have to like really analyze to be like, oh yeah, like they're very different. But when I was like wearing the shorts with the sports bra, like I didn't really notice anything too crazy. But yeah, really excited that the Rebel shorts are making their debut. As always, their waist is double layered, and then the rest is just like their usual, and it is printed on black material. And so these are the Rebel shorts. All right, and so obviously the Rebel leggings are coming out in the 2 new colors that I showed you guys earlier. And so this is where I was like, what the fuck? Why are we having so many issues? But I had different situations with all of them. So obviously I compared as much as I could to the original leopard print leggings that we have seen. And these are actually the ones from, I think they relaunched with the Under the Sea ones, or was it, I don't remember. It was earlier this year that they relaunched these, like they restocked them kind of thing. And so I did compare it again to the most recent. I think it's always fair to really compare to the most recent. And so I found that the purples fit very similar to the black, where like, you know, depending on like how high I rise them or whatever, if I'm wearing underwear or not, like you can see the camel toe. And so I don't have very many issues with the purple. And I will say this for the red too, like I say, like get your same size. They do fit very similar. Like I didn't notice that much of a difference personally, and I do have a small in both of them. No, again, I will put them on top of one another and like compare the measurements and stuff like that, but personally for me, I did feel like they fit pretty like identical. Clearly it wasn't any big enough changes for me to have noticed, and so I don't think it's as like anything to really mention very much either if I didn't notice it like when I first was like trying them on for photos, trying them on for the review video. However, when it came to the red ones, and I don't know why the red ones in specific, I got such a bad camel toe with them. Again, like I said, sometimes with the black and the purple I can get it sometimes depending on how high I'm rising them, but with the red, even when I wore them the same way that I wore the Venom and the black, I just had the worst camel toe. But it was fine. Once you put some underwear on there, once you do my camel toe hack that I shared over on Instagram, like you're good. But yeah, it was just really unfortunate that literally my favorite color gave me the camel toe situation, so it was like pretty annoying in that sense. But hey, like I said, throw some underwear on there, do the camel toe hack, whatever it might be, and you're all good to go. Everyone's vagina is just different, and it's just what it is. And I'm not saying that like having camel toe is bad. I'm not saying, you know, you need to hide it or anything. I'm just saying like if you want to, that's how you can hide it, is just with some good underwear. Like I said, you could try the camel toe hack that I have if you want as well. But yeah, so that's the only downfall to the red, is that the camel toe was kind of shitty. So really bummed about that, especially like on a lighter color. Like you want to have as like minimal lines as possible because it is like such a light color, but it's just what it is, you know what I mean? Those are the Rebel leggings. Again, so sorry the lighting keeps changing with this sun, with the settings I have. I just need to, yeah, so sorry. And again, the holographic black and the holographic green will both be coming out in the same design as these leopard print ones, with this really deep V contouring, which literally makes the booty look so good, and no front seam. So because I don't have the holographic, I can confirm though it looks literally the same, like stitching and everything like that. No one's mentioned that the sizing fits any different or anything like that. All right, and so moving on to the DEFY leggings, I will say that the design seems pretty similar, you know, to a lot of the back of some of these other leggings where it does do that kind of like a deeper V, and I found that it just, again, made the booty look so good. And I really, really like the material that this print is on, this whole DEFY situation. Really, really loving the material. It's just so stretchy and comfortable. And I personally did not find any camel toe with this myself. Again, even though I might not find some, you guys might, because all of our V's are just so different. So just keep that in mind that everyone is different, but I personally had no issues with this. I will say that this is printed on white fabric, like I mentioned when I was talking about the bra. So with this teal underwear that I have trying on with some of these leggings, you could definitely see it on these. And unfortunately, the black parts of the leggings does stretch out white, as you guys can see here. So just keep that in mind. For those who don't know, when it comes to my sizing, like I'm a small or a medium, depending on like how stretchy the material is, how I want it to fit, and I pick and choose what I'm okay with, whether I'm okay with like the waistband rolling or not, just so that it's like a perfect fit throughout my legs. But I did find that the waistband does roll a little bit on these, and that's kind of what happens to me all the time when it comes to finding the right size for me throughout my legs. I wanted to, but because I hold so much body fat in my midsection, and then also too, like definitely with like the stretching of the black, like I could go up to a medium so that that wasn't stretched out all the time. But I don't know, honestly it doesn't bother me all that much, and I do overall still like the size small on me, and I think that the medium again would give me like extra fabric. So like I've said multiple times before, I think you gotta pick and choose sometimes with some of these leggings what's gonna bother us and what's not going to bother us. But I just wanted to make that note that you might want to be cautious of what size you get, depending if the stretched out black piece is going to really bother you. Like I mentioned with the bra, I absolutely love all the like little rows with like little watercolor splotches everywhere. I think it's just so pretty. To each their own if you like it or not, but I think it's super cute. So let's move on to the green snakebite Rebel leggings. So again, these are called Rebel leggings as well, however they're not the same material, and so that's why they were called Rebel legging. But like, I don't know, they didn't put a V2 or anything, so like it's kind of like inconsistent with the fact that they put V2 on like some of the other pieces that were different fabric. But anyways, This is a Rebel legging, it's just a different material, okay? So same design with that deep V and everything like that. And like I mentioned with the bra, love that they did the embroidering, love the like reflectiveness with like the scale details. However, this one was a little bit tricky. So again, I feel that it's like a thick material somehow. It's like it's a knit or a cotton or something. It just feels thicker than say these leggings do. So I like really don't know what to compare it to. I don't know how else to describe it other than it feels thicker. I really do like the black stitching, I will say that. Now the biggest thing that I found was that I had a little bit of extra fabric around the crotch, which depending on like how I moved my legs or something, or like how high I rose it up, like I got a little bit of like, not really camel toe, it just kind of like wedged in there a little. I really don't know. And honestly, even if I did, I probably just didn't notice because the pattern is like so busy that like you don't really see it either. So I personally didn't notice anything crazy when I was wearing them. Sometimes I had to look in the mirror and I'm like, do I have camel toe, or like is that just the pattern, or like what's going on? Like I wasn't really sure. So I think like to be safe, I'll say that like it was a hit and miss with the camel toe. Like depending on when I was looking at it, like I did see it or I didn't. It wasn't like the red where like I knew I had a camel toe kind of thing. But I think the safest bet always is like, you know, wear some underwear underneath to be safe, because this whole camel toe situation mostly happens when you go like full commando. So if you do wear underwear, like you shouldn't be worried about anything at all. Now, the one thing that I did find with these leggings, which some of the other girls found this as well, was that it was almost like the back seam came a little bit lower, because I found that like it just, I was always pulling it up from the back because they kept dipping down. Even when I did like a little bit of a squat to like bend down and grab something, like I found like it was really riding down. Like I was like, oh my God, is like my butt crack gonna come out? Like, okay, that's exaggerating. Like it didn't actually go that low, but you know what I mean? Like I felt like it was just lower compared to like all my other leggings. It wasn't just high, you know? It was like lower in the back, which was kind of weird. So I did find myself kind of pulling them up a lot because of that. So a little, you know, just something to keep in mind. I still absolutely love them. Such a cute outfit, especially with the matching bra. And like what I did was I just paired it with like the black permafrost pullover, and it looked so bomb. It's just so weird that the back came so low. Like I was very confused about it. Like I'm like, why are we doing that? You know what I mean? So I couldn't really explain it to you. I don't know if it's like the stitching or whatever it might be, but that's what I found. But again, really important to note that the material is just different. I still went ahead with my size small and I wouldn't change that. As always, just some things that I want for you guys to keep in mind. So let's talk about the Evolve Jacquard leggings in all the different prints. There's basically two different prints. There's the Reptilla and then there's the Nucleus, and then there's just different colors in there. So like I mentioned earlier, based on the behind the designs and based on me actually trying on these prints, the Reptilla, which is the, you know, the snake skin kind of vibe, is categorized as just stretchy, where the Nucleus print is categorized as ultra stretchy. And I can definitely say that is 100% accurate. I would say that the Reptilla, is it Reptilla or is it Reptilia? I think it's Reptilla. I don't know. We'll find out later on. But anyways, this material I would say is more similar to the mineral jacquard that we've previously seen, where it's like kind of stretchy, but it's not like as stretchy as say this one, right? Like I wish that this could be as stretchy as this one, because then everyone wouldn't be so concerned about the jacquard, because the jacquard is really beautiful. It's just too bad that it's not the same like ultra stretch as this. And so I would say for this, I would have preferred going up to a medium, just so that I didn't feel like trying to like really get it up like a pair of pantyhoses, and like the waistband could have been just a little bit more comfortable kind of thing. I mean, I still made it work like I said, and I could still move around and everything like that, but definitely you could tell that there just wasn't as much stretch as there is in say like these leggings. If you're really wanting to make sure you can move around, do your leg days and all that good stuff, I would say that, you know, maybe going up in a size just to be safe, just so that you don't feel like you're restricted or anything like that. Whereas the Nucleus print is so much stretchier. Like look at this, right? And then look at this. Like it's like a little bit harder. See that resistance there? Like I'm almost like shaking. Where like this, no problem. I personally love the stretch on this. Like I was like, am I really wearing a small, because it was just so stretchy? I will say like I did have to like pull them up here and there kind of thing, but I would rather this problem than this problem. And I'm not going to say you should size down in this, but I will say that they are ultra stretchy. So I think it depends on like what your usual size is and how that usual size fits on you. Like I said, we all have a different preference on how we like our leggings to fit. You know, whether we like it really fitted in our legs or, you know, not so fitted in our legs, or if you want like a lot of room in our waist or whatever that might be. And so for me, literally the small in this nucleus was so perfect. I wouldn't dare go down to an extra small because that's so crazy for me to even think about. This is like just a perfect fit. Like it wasn't too tight, it wasn't too loose, like it was like just so comfy kind of thing. And I love this nucleus. Like it totally brings me back to like the bio days when like we were like looking under a microscope to like look at the like details of like, you know, specimens and stuff. I think it's so cool that they did this. And again, just so cool that it is that jacquard. You guys can see on the inside. I definitely think I still favor like this print, like aesthetically wise, but I do just wish that it fit like this nucleus. But this nucleus is very unique. Like definitely you can't say that any of us has a legging that's similar to this print at all. So yeah, those are my thoughts when it comes to the Evolve jacquard legging. I know it's like very confusing on like what to do, because it's like you have one that's like a little bit more stiff and like tighter, and then we have one that's like ultra stretchy, and it's like, how do you find your size? But personally for me, I would say the only one that I would like change is like this guy to like one size up from what you would normally get in say like this legging. And then for this one, I would say to your true size, just because I don't want it to be too tight where then like it kind of defeats the purpose of it being ultra stretchy. So that's my opinions. Totally up to you guys. I know that it's not like a straight answer, but it's honestly one of those things where like I can't give the most straight answer because it's like, it's so hard to say. Like I said, it depends on how you like your leggings to fit. Okay, but also though, I didn't even give the Poison Ivy the love and the shine that it should have gotten, but we love this color, and I definitely will compare it to the Atari green as well. But it is such a beautiful like green. It's almost like a greenish, tealish. It's just super pretty, and this definitely matches this so nicely. So if you guys are wanting to like mix and match your bras, I can confirm that the Heartbreaker bra looks super cute with this nuclear jacquard legging as well. But I just had to backtrack a little because I realized when I was comparing like the Heartbreaker bras, I didn't even give the Poison Ivy any love at all, so I had to make sure to change that. So that is everything on the Evolve jacquard leggings. Okay, and the last leggings that I personally have is the Luna leggings. So this is the Luna leggings that pairs so nicely with the Heartbreaker bra that I'm wearing today. I will have to say that these are probably the highest compression out of all the leggings that we have today. I don't know if I like just didn't get the Luna leggings last time or if they've changed them again. I just don't remember it being that high compressive. I mean, again too, with my memory and with how many different pieces we go through in every launch, I could just forget. I did go ahead with a small for these, but I will say that I wish that I got a medium because they are pretty tight. And I will say that you can actually see my tattoo through the legging, so they do fit great. They don't give me any camel toe or anything like that, but like I said, I did notice that they were pretty high compression, and so the waistband was pretty tight, and it's definitely like kind of like inching up pantyhoses when you're putting them on because they are high compression. They have the two pockets on the side, which is great. They have that original Luna legging design that, you know, the Luna leggings have always had throughout all the years of being around. They are one of the first leggings that, you know, Buffbunny collection came out with, so it's so cool to see the evolution of the original, you know, Luna legging design over all the launches that we've seen. And they don't have a top seam, which is nice. They have this cool little card compartment here with like the little silicone thing, so you could put your card or your keys or whatever if you don't want to carry a bag at the gym. This is double layered at the waistband, but like I said, I think it honestly has to do with it being a little bit too tight for me, that maybe that's why the tattoo is see-through. I'm not sure if it's quite the orange or what. Luna leggings are going to be your go-to if you're looking for a more high compression performance kind of legging. We approve of them, and these are definitely going to be the one color that is going to show the cellulite the most, unfortunately. As you guys can see through all my cellulite kind of tests, you guys can kind of tell what is more see-through and what is not, what will show more, you know, skin texture and what won't. I definitely think your best bet is going to be like the patterns and prints, which is great that we have so many to choose from, especially the jacquard ones. You'll have no problem with cellulite at all, like at all. So that is the Luna leggings. So for those, I would definitely say get your truest size or size up. For me personally, that would be a medium. I don't see myself going up to a large. Again, I will provide the more specifics, pros and cons to the smalls versus the mediums once I do get the mediums. All right, so I want to show you guys an update on the mediums that I got. So they definitely fit a lot more comfortably, especially like in the waist. But just as I was like kind of worried about, like I definitely do get a little bit more of a chance of camel toe just because I have a little bit more extra fabric. This whole rolling situation always happens for me, just because I do carry a lot of body fat in my midsection. But yeah, you can get a little bit of a camel toe if you're not wearing any underwear. So definitely you'll want to wear underwear with these. I mean, regardless of the camel toe or not, you would want to, just because they are not the most like opaque kind of color. They're super cute though. Definitely would not wear these for leg day. Another thing that I wanted to show you guys is like even it with the medium, like you can definitely still see my tattoo on my thigh. Like I'm not sure if the camera's picking it up really well, but my tattoo is like right here. So I mean, I noticed it like in person more than you can see it on the camera, but I just wanted to make sure that you guys knew because I thought maybe the medium would help me with that, but in all honesty, no. Like I think you can kind of see it, but yeah. All right, so let's talk about the Loch Ness legging. Another legging that I don't have at all. I don't have the ones from the Under the Sea ones or this launch. I'm really regretting not getting them this time around because I did fall in love with this whole situation more. But the biggest differences between the Under the Sea one and these new ones is that the material has changed. So the Under the Sea ones were made of the energy fabric, whereas these new ones are made of the same material as the bra, which is that more nylon lycra material. And so again, very similar to the Elysium, just a little bit different. Still that slick material, but it's just like, it's really nice. It's like soft and slick. That is the biggest difference. They have also added a front waistband seam as well, which a lot of people have enjoyed. And then I will also put some remarks from some of the other athletes and affiliates when it comes to how they compare to the older ones and what they felt about them when it comes to sizing to help you guys out, since I don't actually have the old ones or the new ones, give you guys an accurate opinion on them. However, I will say that I will go ahead and order these myself, and I will probably get a size small, just knowing how stretchy the nylon and lycra material is, and I'll keep you guys updated over on Instagram as always with everything else. All right, and so another legging that I don't have is the Viper leggings. So these ones, immediately I saw the like cross waistband thing and I said, nope, not for me. We are not going through this again. I'm done. Like, I just can't. For those who do love it, like, this is totally another one for you. And again, that whole like black dragon detailing is just so different and unique, and I'm just obsessed. I've already talked about how much I'm obsessed with this, so I'm gonna just stop. But these ones have been described to me to be very similar to like the Sirens when it comes to the fit and like the design. But I can 99% guarantee you that if you have the same issues as I've had with the whole cross waistband, I would just skip it because I can't deal with it. It's just, no, it just ruins it. It just ruins how cute it is. All right, so I think those are all the pieces that I have and don't have before we move on to the Untamed sets and the accessories. So with that being said, let's talk about the Untamed sets, because I know that those are probably the ones that really threw me off. Even when I was doing the unboxing, I was like, what? So you guys know, I absolutely loved the Untamed sets when they came out last year. I am all about the sweatsuit vibe, the tone on tone, like I absolutely love it. And you know, like I said, we all went crazy about them last year. We've been waiting for new colors because they are literally the perfect kind of sweatsuit, especially because that's kind of the vibe these days. You know, throw on like a matching sweatsuit, some combat boots, and a leather jacket, you're good to go. You put that on with a trench coat, good to go. Like, there's just so many cute and trendy outfits to do with like tone on tone sweatsuits. So super excited to see new colors, returning colors. Yeah, so like, you know, we were doing good. We got the same sizes that we did last time. Like, you know, last year I got like a medium and a large, and then I flipped it and I got a large and a medium, like for the tops and bottoms to kind of compare. Okay, well this year, what happened? We changed a lot. Like, we're talking a whole size a lot. They did mention that they updated the fabric plus the sizing. It definitely is like a true oversized fit now. So I would almost stay true to your sizes now versus larges is like me kind of like going for like the more oversized look. The biggest thing for me with these sets was like, I didn't want them to look like too fitted, so then it didn't look so oversized. Like, I just like the like, you know, like true oversized and like baggier look. So that's kind of my tactic going into it, was doing the same thing that I did last year, assuming they'd be the same, but clearly not the case. As you guys saw me holding up the larges and the new grounded olive green, I was like, that's not gonna fit. Like, it's just, what? So thankfully the team is sending me a size medium. I'll literally hold off editing for as long as I can until I get those, because I know the Untamed sets is probably the biggest one that everyone's confused on sizing. So I will hold off as long as I possibly can to include that in this video rather than updating it on Instagram, because I think especially for these, it's really important that I compare what the smalls look like. Sorry, I said mediums. They're sending me smalls because I already have mediums in the Love You a Latte color. I love the name. I love the name. Like, this is a large from this launch, and then this is the large from last launch. Like, that is a massive, massive difference between the two. And so that's why I'm saying, like, go a size down from what you got last year and go to like your true size. And like, even to compare, you know, like the mediums, like this is the medium from last year and this is the medium from this year. Again, you can tell like we have like a whole, you know, inch there of difference. So like huge difference. And like I even want to compare actually the large from last year to the medium this year, and maybe that'll even solve the mystery that it is a full size. Oh my gosh, you guys, I feel like a freaking like little detective. I don't know why I didn't do this sooner, but you can definitely tell like large from last year is literally the medium this year. So like big difference. Another difference is that the material, like I said, has been updated. So they are now 100% cotton, where last year it was 70% cotton, 30% polyester. I really wonder how that will affect pilling or anything like that. As I've mentioned to you guys before though, any pilling, like especially on this fabric, is like super easy to get rid of and like super normal with this material as well. If you just literally get one of those shavers like off Amazon or dollar store or something, like it makes things look brand new again. Don't worry too much about that. I mean, the great thing is that there is that adjustability in the drawstrings, but honestly last year I barely had to use those. It really took me for a trip. I was very confused on like how different the sizing was. I'm glad that, you know, I was able to do that and try them on for you guys, so that you guys kind of knew and didn't make the mistake that I made when I first submitted my sizing. I mean, for the hoodies, like it's not that big of a deal because it's like, you know, hoodies and like oversized hoodies is like a vibe, and like, you know, once you like tuck it in and like crop it, like it looks super cute, as you guys will see through all these videos. So like the hoodies didn't bother me that they fit a little bit bigger. It was more so like the pants, because even like with the larges and like when I cinched it really tight, like you have so much extra fabric. I mean, luckily the hoodie does cover it, but like we're looking really oversized. I mean, like I said, like we can make it work, we can make it look cute, but not everyone is down for that. And so I wanted to make sure that you guys kind of knew what to go for sizing. So for both the hoodies and the joggers, I would say go a full size down from last year and kind of go with your more truer sizes. And like I said, I will update you guys on the whole 100% cotton thing and like the pilling and all that stuff. And I'll even, what I think I'll do is I'll probably wash them and dry them, let you guys know how it turns out, if they shrink at all or anything like that. All right, editing Gabs here. I literally just got these small joggers in, and so now I feel like I have a really good understanding of the sizing for the Untamed sets. So basically, a lot of us were kind of realizing that the sizing was so different for all of us who were a size small, medium, large, and up from last year. So you guys know me, I'm usually like a small medium in my leggings, but for the Untamed sets last year, I specifically went ahead with a medium and large because I really wanted that true oversized look. So I did the same this year, and I noticed that it was a huge difference between a medium last year to this year and a large last year to this year, like a full size different. Now, like I was saying, some of us were talking and some were like, I don't know what you're talking about. And so the smalls, on the other hand, and smaller don't have as much of a big difference. And so the Buffbunny collection team clarified a few things and said this message here. So basically what they did is that they tried to streamline the sizing for the Untamed sets based on your guys' feedback from last year. So sizes small and smaller will not see as much of a difference as, say, medium and plus, just because some of you guys found that some ran too small, some ran too big. And so again, what they did is they brought a bunch of models in to kind of streamline the sizing. With that being said, immediately with the smalls, like this is definitely not the look I'm kind of going for when I'm looking for an oversized jogger. I definitely feel like, especially my bum, like I don't have like a lot of like room. Like I'm sure they'd stretch out like as I wear them throughout the day. This is literally fresh out the package. But this is definitely not the oversized look that I'm kind of looking for. So I definitely would stick to a medium for like my true oversized jogger look. As you guys saw, the larges were just a little bit too large. So I think for these, like go with your truest size, but size up if you want like a super oversized look. So technically, I guess with how my leggings are, I'm normally like 8 out of 10 times a small, but with joggers, I'm always a medium. So for me personally, I like the medium out of the small, medium, and large. I like the medium for the Untamed sets for the look that I'm going for, and so that it's not too big, but it's not too tight. Like, I don't like how in the smalls, it looks almost like a fitted jogger. Like, I want that, you know, baggier kind of look. So I would say that if you guys got a small last year, just to keep in mind that the waistband is definitely not as stretchy in any of them as they were last year. So like even these, and like I don't have like the biggest booty or anything like that. Like it was a little bit of a, oh, let me just like scoop it over my butt kind of thing. And then like I said, right now I kind of feel like it's not flattening my butt, but I definitely feel like it's like pretty tight on my butt, you know? So I think depending on how they fit you last year would really depend on like what size you get this year. I never got a small last year, so I can't fully compare last year's small to this year's small. But from those who do have a small from last year, specifically Ari just mentioned that it was just a little bit more of a struggle to get over her booty. And they are all longer. So like any size that you're getting, they are a bit longer. And so with that, you get a little bit of extra fabric, which gives it a little bit of a bigger look, but only like on the bottom in my opinion, especially. So that's the rundown on the Untamed set, you know, sizing difference this year. Like I said, personally for me, I found that my medium last year to this year was a whole size difference. So I think if you're like medium or up, you know, stick to your like truer size if you did size up, or size down if you found that like it was too big in a reference to last year. If you guys are small or smaller, I would honestly probably stick to your same size, or size up if you want a little bit more, you know, flexibility in the waistband, especially if you have a bigger booty or something like that. Either way, you do have the adjustability in the drawstrings as well if you need to tighten it up in the waist. But I feel like if you're going for like the true like oversized look, I would potentially size up if you are a size small or smaller. But again, if you are a medium or larger, I would stick to your truest size for that oversized look, but not too big where, you know, you had the issue that I had with the green ones in a size large. So again, I hope that clarifies things. I'll try to recap it on the screen if that didn't make sense, but this is just like how I wanted to explain it to you guys, is that, yeah, small is definitely not my size. So I would say that the medium out of all three sizes that I have was the best one, where it wasn't too big, wasn't too small, still gave me that oversized look. And then especially because I'm short too, like I don't want ones that are like super, super long. So interesting how they adjusted the sizing for sure. It'll be very interesting to hear from you guys, for those who did say like they ran too small or ran too big, to see if like we've kind of streamlined it. So hopefully this helped you guys. I just had to add this clip in when it came to the Untamed sets, since I did get the size small and I could compare. But anyways, that is everything when it comes to the clothing pieces. Holy shit, I can't believe I've talked for 2 hours about just the clothing pieces. And so we're going to wrap this up with the accessories, and that is the Game Changer backpack and the glute band. As always, they come out with a themed glute band, and they do come in 3 different resistances. But this one was really cool because it was actually designed in-house by their graphic designer. So it's a very, very unique print, and I think it just turned out so good. Again, for me, I personally don't need any more glute bands, so I always opt out for them. They're always an amazing quality, so I never have anything negative to say about them. It has that silicone inside so that it doesn't slip or anything like that. But hello, the Game Changer backpacks. Okay, these colors are so pretty. I was like, I need one, but I don't need one. I love, love, love the like neon colors, like the pink and the yellow. It's just like, well, it's like a yellow lime greenish. If you guys want a more in-depth rundown on what I think about the Game Changer backpack, how it compares to some of the other Game Changer pieces, you guys can always check out my other videos to save this video some time. In those videos, I do a full-on comparison, show you guys how much you can pack into the backpacks and all of that good stuff, the pros and cons, everything like that you can expect in these videos over here. I'll have one linked above. I'll also link it in the description box as well, so it's easier for you guys to navigate through them. I'll also have them as the next videos to play after this one is finished. But we love the Game Changer backpack. It will forever be the go-to backpack. I have gotten so much of my family and friends onto the Game Changer line because they are literally game changing. Okay, so that wraps up the Buffbunny collection try on and review for the upcoming Mad Scientist launch coming up on Saturday, October 16th at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. That was very long, but this was a very big, or I should say this is a very big launch, you guys. Like, so many pieces, so many prints, so many colors, and like I said, this is definitely not going to be one for everyone, which is totally okay. It's definitely for more of that person who loves the prints, these more bolder colors, or who knows, maybe some of these bolder pieces. So I hope today's video gave you guys all the details on what I think about the pieces when it comes to sizing, when it comes to fit. Just gave you a lot of things to think about when you guys are trying to choose which pieces are worth it, what sizes to get, what colors to get, things like that. Again, with this new format of my videos, it is very important that you guys download the free PDF in my description and in the comments, because I'll have more details there, more comparisons in there that maybe wasn't in this video, because there's literally so much information. And again, I know these videos get really long, and you guys did mention that you guys do like having some sort of a actual document that you can refer back to comes closer to the launch. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was super helpful. If you guys have any additional questions after this video, please don't hesitate to ask me over on Instagram. That is the best way to get a hold of me as soon as possible. But you can also comment down below and I'll be more than happy to answer you guys. Like I said, I just answer a little bit faster over on Instagram. And again, I cannot emphasize this enough, but the best way is to answer a question box when I do post it, because then that way it's all grouped in one section and it reduces the risk of you going into my requested inbox, because that's where I kind of like lose them, and then also just the inbox in general is just flooded. I want to make sure I help you guys, and that's the only reason why I'm really emphasizing these different ways to contact me, because I want to help you guys in the decision-making process of so many of these pieces that are, like I said in the beginning, it's just so interesting on like how the different materials and like the same names and like the V2s, the V3s and everything like that. Like, I understand it can get very confusing. So I tried my best to clarify it all for you guys, and again, I'm here for you guys if you're still not feeling 100% for this launch. As always, if you guys do want to support me directly, if my content has helped you, if you just like my vibe, you want to support cash, if you want to support the fact that I don't know anything about Game of Thrones, whatever that might be, if in any way you want to support me, please feel free to use the code GABS at checkout. That does show the company that you do appreciate, you know, the effort I put into the videos, the photos, the PDFs, the Instagram messages, anything like that, and just shows them like, hey, keep Gabs around. We love her. We're the Gab fam. We want to keep her. I do appreciate it so much. With that being said, if you guys do choose to do that, please make sure to let me know, whether that's tagging me in your story, sending me a DM, commenting down below, whatever it might be, because I do always love to do my Gab Fam boomerangs. I think I've been doing them religiously for like the last year and a bit here, and it's been so fun. Like I previously said, it's a fun little Where's Waldo kind of game, so you guys can find your orders. And I'm honestly contemplating doing an additional kind of monthly giveaway for my Gab Fam for those who do choose to support me through any of my codes. So keep a lookout for those details over on my Instagram, because I'm just trying to solidify what that looks like. But I do want to just continuously reward you guys for taking the time that it takes to put my code in, you know, whether that's with Buffbunny Collection or any of the other companies that I am partnered with. I always want to reward you guys for just taking that extra time to choose to support me, because at the end of the day, you guys could choose to support any athlete, any affiliate, or choose to support nobody, and you guys choose to support me. And I always want to make sure that I let you guys know how thankful I am, because without you guys, I would not be doing this. I would not have all these clothes to review for you guys. I would not be able to help you guys. I would just not be doing everything that I'm doing today, the company and everything outside of that as well. And so I always just want to show my gratitude for you guys and everything that you guys do for me. As much as you guys think that I'm doing this for you, you guys have done this for me. So I always want to thank you guys for that. Why am I getting all emotional saying that? Whoa, like I don't know what's going on. I think it's because it's my time of the month, and so we're just like extra emotional. But me just saying that part had my voice cracked up. I don't know if you guys can tell. So we're gonna move on from that little thank you message, but just know that I am so thankful for you guys, my Gab fam. We're over it. Okay, anyways, with that being said, don't forget to enter the giveaway if you guys want a chance to win a Buffbunny Collection gift card. This one is personally from me, and if you guys want to win one of the Buffbunny Collection gift cards that Buffbunny Collection and I have teamed up with for the one on Instagram, you guys can enter that as well. You do have a higher chance of winning the one here on YouTube because not as many people enter. Don't know if people have caught on to that yet. I think slowly people are catching on to that, but definitely here on YouTube you have way more chances. However, on the flip side, you can enter more times over on Instagram as well. So it's like, really, which one do you have a better chance at? I don't know. But with that being said, thank you guys so much for spending your time with me. I hope it was entertaining. I hope you guys get all the goods that you guys want. And I can't wait to see what you guys get from the Buffbunny Collection Mad Scientist launch. And with that being said, I will see you guys in the next try on review. Bye!
Come on, man.
Come on, man! Come on, man! This guy's been such a good boy. So he gets to say hello. Say hello, can you? No? You don't want to say hi? What do you think? Do you like this one?